Beautiful, curly-haired Cameron Wilson is taking her very first steps at the age of 2.
I feel like it's the most expensive thing we've ever done, is have her take these steps. But, I mean, you can't put a price on that.
For Megan and Michael Wilson of Framingham, it is money well spent on a journey they never anticipated.
She was diagnosed with a disease called tuberous sclerosis, which causes benign tumors in your organs. We found out she has them in her brain, in her heart, and in her eyes right now. She had a pretty bad case of epilepsy.
She was having 30 to 40 seizures a day at the worst of it.
Yeah. So that kind of stops you in your tracks and makes you reevaluate everything.
With 6-year-old Michaela and 5-year-old Garrett rounding out this family of 5, reevaluation means taking a hard look at everything from daycare to after-school programs to careers. The time, attention, and cost of Cameron's medical needs take a toll on everything. The family paid its $6,000 maximum out-of-pocket medical expenses in just the first 2 months of the year.
If you would have told us a year ago, 2 years ago, that we would have to have another $6,000 every year, we would have said, you're crazy.
It is sort of, it's cliche, but I mean, it is sort of a day-to-day, week-to-week type thing. I mean, it is basically living paycheck to paycheck for the most part.
Paycheck to paycheck is the reality for many young families, but the stress, sacrifice, and compromise do not end there. Megan works an overnight staffing shift at Newton Wellesley Hospital from 3 to 7 in the morning so she can be with Cameron during the day. She returns home just as Michael is leaving for his job at State Street.
I don't even take my coat off. By the time Mike gets home, it's 7 o'clock and I am just like so tired.
Relationships are strained, time is pressured, and the efforts are made to be sure Michaela and Garrett's needs are also prioritized. Additional treatments and therapies for Cameron not covered by insurance add to the financial toll, but
I feel like the way that we're doing it is giving us the best possible situation because she's thriving. If we weren't doing it this way, if she was in a daycare, I feel like she wouldn't be where she is right now.
Right now, in the present, paycheck to paycheck, day by day, hour by hour.
Odds are she might end up having the seizures again and having more surgery, and we'll cross that road when we get to it, but it's enjoying the place we're in now where she's just the happiest kid you can see.
While the Wilsons' financial pressure has been exacerbated by a complex medical condition, their story is similar to the plight of many young families managing children, careers, and the crunch of both time and money. And Massachusetts families have it especially hard. The cost of center-based daycare for infants and toddlers in Massachusetts is the highest in the nation, averaging close to $20,000 per year and gobbling up 17% of the median income of married couples and a whopping 65 to 70% of the median income for single parents.
I think that there just needs to be a realization that people are crunched.
The Bernard family of Abington does a daily juggling act of careers, commutes, and children, 7-year-old Theo and 3-year-old Vivian. Megan is a membership director at the Museum of Fine Arts. Her husband Doug, a manager at HarborVest Partners. Each has an hour-and-a-half commute, the cost of finding a community they could afford.
Someone once said, how many hours during the day do you actually see the kids? And I was like, I do not calculate that. If I did that math, it would be heartbreaking.
She says flexibility is essential to keeping things running smoothly, something she hopes more employers will come to appreciate.
There's a lot of times where you need time off that has nothing to do with just laying on the couch and watching TV for the day. It means taking people to appointments. It means visiting a lawyer's office. It means picking somebody up from school when they're sick. And I think that as employers start to kind of look at the future of what all this means to adults, they're also responsible to have flexibility in their schedule and be able to manage their work at the same time.
And the Bernards have the additional burden of being part of the sandwich generation, raising young children and caring for aging parents. Megan's mother recently passed. Her father is in a nursing home.
I think the advice I would give is just have a really honest conversation with parents, with your spouse, about what their wishes are in terms of not just kind of like what happens at the end of their life, but also the financial part, because the last thing you want to do is have a parent come to the end of their life and you are just throwing away money because you didn't set things up right.
As for her marriage, we hear a familiar refrain.
I see him every day, but it's like we're just ships passing the night, and we're, just doing everything we can to get through to the next day.
And like the Wilsons of Framingham, just trying to stay as present as possible.
Something I'm trying to do is just try to capture those little things, or take videos of the cute things that they say. I just want to make sure that I am trying to enjoy it as much as I can about this stage in their lives.
As Megan Bernard said, it is so important to plan for the future, but also difficult when you're caught up in the day-to-day. As for the Wilsons in Framingham, they say they have gotten creative about gift giving. Instead of toys for birthdays or holidays, their families will contribute to dance classes or sports. Cameron Wilson, by the way, continues to make great progress. Up next, the Frates family opens up.